Joad, and I would like to thank all of you for being with me this evening. In this very country, not all that long ago, Oklahoma migrants began their new lives in Western America. Their story is part of the larger issue of the American miracle, united by a common issue and their God-given right to go as far as their talent and work would take them. A collection of immigrants and exiles, together they built the most prosperous nation ever. You see, for almost all of human history, power and wealth belonged only to a select few. Most people who have ever lived were trapped by the circumstances of their birth, destined to live the life their parents had. But America is different, because here we are the children and grandchildren of people who refuse to accept this. When they were young, my parents had big dreams for themselves, but because they were not born into wealth or power, their future was destined to be defined by their past. My parents tried their hardest to achieve what came to be known as the American dream. The problem is, now too many Americans are starting to doubt whether achieving that dream is still possible. Hardworking families that are living paycheck to paycheck, one unexpected event away from disaster, small business owners who are left to struggle under the weight of more taxes, more regulation, and more government. Why is this happening in a country that for over 2 centuries has been defined by the equality of opportunity? It's because while our people and our economy are pushing the boundaries of the 21st century, too many of our leaders and their ideas are stuck in the 20th century. They look for solutions in yesterday, so they do not see the good-paying modern jobs that require different skills and more education than in the past. So they blindly support an outdated higher education system that is too expensive and too inaccessible to those who need it most. And they have forgotten. They have forgotten when America fails to lead, global chaos inevitably follows. Well, now the time has come for our generation to lead the way towards a new American century. If we remember that the family, not the government, is the most important institution of our society, if we remember that all human life deserves protection of our laws, and if we remember that all parents deserve to choose the education that is right for their children, then we will have a strong people and a strong nation. We must change the decisions we are making by changing the people who make them. And so, that is why tonight, grounded by the lessons of our history, but inspired by the promise of our future, I announce my candidacy for President of the United States. I know my candidacy may seem a little strange to some watching from abroad. After all, in many countries, the highest office in the land is reserved for the rich and the powerful. But I live in an exceptional country. I live in an exceptional country where even the son of a bartender and a maid can have the same dreams. The single mother who works long hours for little pay so her children don't have to struggle the way she has to. The young student who takes 2 buses before dawn to attend a better school halfway across town, the workers in our hotel kitchens, the landscaping crews in our neighborhoods, the late-night janitorial staff that clean our offices, and even the farmers who wake up every day to plant their crops somewhere in America. If their American dreams become impossible, we will have just become another country. But if they succeed, this 21st century will also be an American century. In the early years of this century, thanks to the rapidly changing and uncertain world, our generation rose to face the great challenges of our time. And because we did, there was still one place in the world where who you came from does not determine how far you go. Because the American miracle lives on. Because we did, our children and theirs lived in a new American century. We are all one people, and we all come from one soul, brothers and sisters of the land that we came from. I am not just an Okie, as many have called me. I am a citizen of this nation. I am an honest leader, but first and foremost, I am a person like everyone else, and I promise that I will always be there for you. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless the United States.